There are a lot of Arabs out there who for various reasons need heavy protection, whether it's due to their political power, royal status or immense wealth. These individuals have some of the tightest security teams around. Take Mohammed bin Salman, Saudi Arabia's crown prince, or Sheikh Mansour from the UAE. With vast investments and global influence, Prince Bandar bin Sultan, a key diplomatic figure, and Queen Rania of Jordan, known for her advocacy, also require heavy protection, but these are just a few. These aren't the only ones. Let's take a closer look at a few more Arabs who require top-tier security and why it's necessary. Mohammed bin Salman. When you're the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia and effectively the country's ruler like Mohammed bin Salman, it's safe to say you're not taking any chances with your security. As the mastermind behind Vision 2030, a plan to diversify Saudi Arabia's economy beyond oil, MBS has become a key figure on the global stage. However, his rise to power has been marked by controversy, most notably the international outcry over the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, an incident many attribute to him. Given his influence and the enemies he's made both domestically and abroad, MBS's security is one of the most formidable in the world. He travels with a large entourage of personal bodyguards, employs cutting-edge surveillance technology, and has the backing of Saudi Arabia's elite military units. His security detail is rumored to be as vigilant as it is vast, ensuring that the Crown Prince is always protected, whether at home in his lavish palace or abroad on official visits. With all that power and influence, it's no wonder he's one of the most heavily guarded Arabs in the world. After all, staying safe is just another day in the life of MBS. But MBS isn't the only leader with a security detail that could rival a small army. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the ruler of Dubai, also knows a thing or two about staying protected. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. This man isn't just known for turning a desert into a luxury playground, he's also one of the most heavily protected Arabs in the world. Why the fortress of security? Well, when you're steering a global hub of business and tourism, making high-stakes decisions and building futuristic cities, not everyone's going to send you flowers. The Sheikh has overseen massive projects like the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, and Dubai's rapid transformation into a major global city. He's also played a key role in shaping the UAE's military and foreign policies, which can ruffle a few feathers on the international stage. His influence extends far and wide, making him a significant figure not just in the Middle East but globally. With that kind of power, it's no wonder he's got a security detail that would make a James Bond villain jealous. We're talking about elite forces, advanced technology, and a convoy that screams, "Don't even think about it." Wherever Sheikh Mohammed goes, his top-tier security ensures that he's untouchable, keeping him safe in a world where not everyone plays nice. Now, moving from the gleaming towers of Dubai to the rugged hills of Jordan, we turn our attention to King Abdullah II, and it's not just because he's a king. King Abdullah II. He's been at the helm of one of the Middle East's most stable countries, but that stability comes with its own set of challenges. Being the face of moderation in a region that's anything but moderate makes him a target. Why so much security? Well, his security detail is no joke. We're talking about an elite force that includes everything from advanced surveillance systems to highly trained bodyguards, including Jordan's own special forces. These guys are the real deal, trained to neutralize threats before they even become threats. The king himself is no stranger to military life. He's a seasoned pilot and a former commander of the Special Forces, which only adds to the layers of protection around him. Jordan's position as a key ally of the West, especially the United States, has only added to his security needs. Plus, with all those political tightropes he's walking, you can bet there are folks who wouldn't mind seeing him lose his balance. So yes, King Abdullah II rolls with a serious security entourage. When you're juggling as many geopolitical hot potatoes as he is, it's better to be safe than sorry, or in this case, very, very safe. From the political balancing act in Jordan, now let's shift to the wealth and power of Qatar, where Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani takes center stage. Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, the Emir of Qatar, is not only the leader of one of the wealthiest nations in the world, but also the defense minister and supreme commander of the Qatari armed forces. Given these roles, it's no surprise that he's one of the most heavily guarded Arabs on the planet. In fact, back in 2014, Sheikh Tamim reactivated a significant project aimed at reinforcing the personal protection of the ruling Al Thani family. This project, briefly highlighted in Tactical Weekly, was no small undertaking. It required top-notch equipment and came with a hefty price tag. tag. Although the exact figures remain under wraps, it's clear that no expense was spared to ensure the safety of the emir and his family. Why all this security? Well, when you're managing a nation with vast oil and gas reserves, mediating conflicts in the Middle East, and hosting global events like the 2022 FIFA World Cup, you attract both admirers and adversaries. In a world where his every move is watched closely, Sheikh Tamim knows that when you're sitting on a treasure trove, you don't just lock the door, you build a fortress around it. Speaking of big names and big security, let's move on to Prince Al-Walid bin Talal Al Saud. Prince Al-Walid bin Talal Al Saud. Prince Al-Walid bin Talal Al Saud is no stranger to wealth or the need for serious security. As one of the wealthiest men in the world and a member of the Saudi royal family, he's got more zeros in his bank account than most of us can count. With a net worth that has soared into the billions, it's no wonder he's one of the most heavily guarded Arabs in the world. Why all the security? Well, when you own stakes in companies like Citigroup, Twitter, and Four Seasons Hotels, you're bound to attract the attention of both the good and the not-so-good kind. He's also known for his philanthropic efforts, but not everyone appreciates a billionaire with influence. Combine that with his sometimes controversial opinions and high-profile lifestyle, and you've got a recipe for a serious need for protection. So, while most of us worry about forgetting to lock our doors, Prince Al-Walid's security detail is making sure no one gets too close unless they've got an appointment, of course. Now, if you think high-profile security is only for the living, think again. Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the late president of the UAE, had security that matched his towering influence. Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan. He wasn't just any leader, he was the man at the helm of one of the richest nations on earth. With Abu Dhabi sitting on a treasure trove of oil, Sheikh Khalifa had a lot to protect, and that meant his security detail wasn't messing around. Why did he need so much? Security. When you're managing billions in oil revenues, guiding a country that's a key player in the Middle East and making decisions that affect global markets, you're bound to attract some unwanted attention. His security was top-notch, involving highly trained personnel, bulletproof everything, and technology that probably knew what you had for breakfast before you did. Sheikh Khalifa's leadership wasn't just about wealth. He was also known for modernizing the UAE and boosting its international profile. But with great power comes the need for great protection. So while his wealth and influence made him a target, his security ensured that he could focus on running the country without having to look over his shoulder every 5 minutes. Speaking of intense security, Saad Hariri, as a former Prime Minister of Lebanon, requires protection as high as the stakes in Lebanon's turbulent political scene. Saad Hariri. Saad Hariri, a name that echoes through the political halls of Lebanon, is not just known for his leadership but also for the intense security that surrounds him. As a former Prime Minister of Lebanon, Hariri's need for heavy protection stems from the volatile political landscape in the region, where leaders often find themselves in the crosshairs of danger. Hariri's father, Rafik Hariri, also a former Prime Minister, was assassinated in 2005 in a massive explosion that shocked the world. This tragic event heightened the awareness around the threats that political figures like Saad face daily. Following in his father's footsteps, Saad Hariri has had to navigate Lebanon's complex politics, making decisions that have at times ruffled feathers both locally and internationally. Given this background, it's no surprise that Hariri is one of the most heavily guarded Arabs in the world. His security detail is robust, with layers of protection that include bodyguards, armored vehicles, and advanced surveillance. After all, in a region where political turmoil is a daily affair, staying safe is not just a precaution, it's a necessity. And with his family's history, Hariri is taking no chances. If you think Saad Hariri's security is intense, wait until you hear about Sheikh Hamad bin Jassim bin Jaber Al Thani. Hamad bin Jassim bin Jaber Al Thani, often referred to as HBJ, is not just one of the most influential figures in the Middle East, but also one of the most heavily guarded Arabs in the world. Why? Because when you mix a billionaire, fortune with high-profile controversies, you get a security detail that looks like something out of a spy thriller. HBJ, the former Prime Minister of Qatar, has an estimated net worth of around $12 billion and a resume that reads like a who's who of international power. He's been involved in high-stakes investments from Harrods to the Shard and is known for his penchant for luxury, including a $300 million super yacht and a $179 million Picasso. But it's not just about the bling. His security needs are partly due to legal and political tensions. From a high-profile torture case involving a British national to the mystery of a massive jewelry heist, HBJ's life is anything but ordinary. The Sheikh's name has popped up in some seriously dicey situations, which means he needs a security detail that's as extensive as his investment portfolio. So while he's busy adding to his collection of high-end bling, his security team is busy keeping the drama from making a cameo. While Sheikh Hamad's security is all about managing high-profile controversies, let's not forget Prince Bandar bin Sultan, whose past in diplomacy and politics has made him another key figure with top-notch protection. Prince Bandar bin Sultan. As a former Saudi ambassador to the United States and a key figure in Saudi politics, Bandar's life has been anything but ordinary. His high-profile role in diplomacy, particularly during his tenure in Washington, earned him significant attention and naturally a boatload of security. Bandar's need for security is not just about high-profile connections, it's also tied to his involvement in numerous sensitive matters, from orchestrating deals like multi-billion-dollar arms agreements to navigating complex geopolitical waters. His work has made him a central figure in both regional and international politics. The stakes are high when you're the man behind such major deals, and so are the security measures. Adding to the mix, Bandar has been linked to various controversies over the years, including allegations of corruption and intrigue. His security team isn't just there to show they're on high alert, managing threats that come with being a top-tier diplomat and power broker. If you're someone who's played a major role in international politics and found yourself at the center of several storms, you might want to consider beefing up your security, and Prince Bandar certainly has. While Prince Bandar's security deals with political intrigue, Khalid al-Mubarak al-Sabah's new role demands an equally impressive level of protection. Khalid al-Mubarak al-Sabah. As the newly appointed Crown Prince of Kuwait, his life is under the kind of scrutiny that makes even the most seasoned bodyguards break a sweat. The intense security detail around him is a necessary shield against the complex and sometimes perilous world of high-level politics. Why such extreme measures? Khalid's position places him at the heart of Kuwaiti politics, a role that comes with significant influence and, unfortunately, substantial risks. His past roles, including Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Interior, have made him a key player in Kuwait's political landscape. With a history that includes dealing with sensitive and potentially volatile issues, the political spotlight, combined with the inherent risks of his influential position, makes his safety a top priority. So, while the average person might not need a personal security detail that rivals a Hollywood blockbuster, Khalid's role and the potential threats it entails make such precautions a necessary reality. And as he steps into this new role, one can only imagine the security detail that's following him, ready for any unexpected twists in the high-stakes game of politics. Arab men aren't the only ones requiring top-tier security. Queen Rania Al Abdullah, with her influential role and advocacy, also demands high-end protection. Queen Rania Al Abdullah. She isn't just a style icon and humanitarian, she's also one of the most heavily guarded women in the Arab world. Given her high-profile role as the Queen and her advocacy for women's rights, education and social change, it's no surprise that her security detail is top-notch. Queen Rania's work has earned her global recognition, but it has also attracted significant attention, making her a target for those opposed to her progressive views. She's been a strong voice against extremism and a promoter of peace, which means she has to be extra careful. Hence, her security is nothing short of presidential. Her protection team is rumored to include highly trained bodyguards, advanced surveillance systems and armored vehicles. She's always accompanied by a tight-knit group of security personnel who ensure her safety at all times, whether she's attending an international conference or visiting local communities in Jordan. Despite the constant vigilance, Queen Rania continues to engage with the public and champion causes close to her heart. It's this blend of fearlessness and compassion that makes her not only a beloved queen, but also someone who needs the best security money and power can buy. While Queen Rania's role demands high-end security, Sultan Haitham bin Tariq's recent moves in Oman show just how crucial tight protection can be for leaders reshaping national security. Sultan Haitham bin Tariq. Since taking over in January 2020, Sultan Haitham has embarked on a major overhaul of Oman's defense and security systems. He reshuffled the Defense Council, bringing in royal family members and high-ranking officials to ensure that the council is both loyal and effective. This included promoting officers and creating new key positions to bolster national security. Why the heavy security? Well, Sultan Haitham's sweeping reforms are not without their controversies. His changes have been seen as necessary to modernize Oman's military and security infrastructure, but they also come with their fair share of risk. By removing influential figures from key positions and appointing new leaders, he's inevitably stirred up some opposition. His security measures reflect the need to protect against any backlash from these high-stakes changes. Sultan Haitham's security is top-tier, thanks to a restructured Defense Council and revamped Security Council. Protected by elite royal guard and special forces, his safety is a priority amid a shifting political landscape. So if you see him with a security detail that seems strange straight out of a high-octane action film, it's because he's navigating a high-stakes game of political chess. His role and security are vital for maintaining balance in a volatile region. Sultan Haitham isn't the only one with top-notch security. Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan has just as impressive a setup. Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan is so heavily guarded that you'd think he was in a secret spy agency. As the Vice President and Deputy Prime Minister of the UAE, he's a key player in a region where stability is a prized commodity. His high-profile positions come with high-stakes responsibilities, and his security detail shows that. With multiple roles, including overseeing UAE sovereign wealth funds and being a major player in international investments, he's not just a public figure, but a central figure in global finance and politics. His protection involves a meticulous network of royals, guards, special forces and surveillance systems, all coordinated to ensure his safety amid the complexities of his role. Why the heavy security? Aside from his significant influence, he's also involved in various high-profile investments, including ownership of Manchester City FC and other major sports ventures. Such exposure, combined with his powerful political and economic influence, naturally attracts a level of security fit for a blockbuster hero. So if you see Sheikh Mansour surrounded by a team that looks ready to foil a heist, it's because his job is to navigate a real-world maze of global finance and politics. No room for missteps or surprises. Next on the list is someone who also commands one of the most elite security teams in the world. King Mohammed VI. King Mohammed VI of Morocco doesn't mess around when it comes to security. This guy's got one of the most elite protection teams in the world, and for good reason. As a monarch who's led Morocco through significant reforms and holds considerable influence in both Africa and the Arab world, there's always a need to keep him safe and sound. But even with top-tier security, mistakes happen. Like that time, 5 of his bodyguards were sent back to police training because they messed up during a visit to Côte d'Ivoire. One was even caught chatting on his cell phone while on duty. The king didn't hesitate, and he replaced them faster than you can say security breach. The royal security detail is so strict that they've banned cell phones entirely from the palace grounds and during royal events. No distractions are allowed when it comes to the king's safety. With an elite team guarding his every move, it's clear that King Mohammed VI takes his security as seriously as his reign. King Mohammed VI's security might be great, but his son, Prince Moulay Hassan, isn't left behind. As the future king, he's surrounded by an equally impressive security detail. Prince Moulay Hassan. Prince Moulay Hassan of Morocco, the eldest son of King Mohammed VI, isn't just any teenager. He's the heir to the throne of a nation, and that makes him one of the most heavily guarded Arabs in the world. His future role as king requires an army of bodyguards, armored vehicles, and constant coordination with Moroccan intelligence to ensure his safety. Even in his day-to-day life, from attending school to representing Morocco at international events, Moulay Hassan is surrounded by top-tier security. However, this level of protection isn't without its challenges. In 2017, Khalid El Wahi, the head of Moulay Hassan's security, tragically died of a heart attack under mysterious circumstances. Reports varied, with some stating he was found in his hotel room in Tétouan, while others claimed he was taken to a military hospital in Rabat. His unexpected death highlighted the immense pressure and responsibility that comes with guarding the future king. Despite these challenges, Moulay Hassan continues to navigate his royal duties with the weight of a future kingdom on his shoulders. And when your future job is ruling a country, a little extra protection is more than justified. Prince Moulay Hassan is well protected for his future role, and so is Sheikha Moza bint Nasser. Sheikha Moza bint Nasser. She is one of the most powerful women in the Middle East and is no stranger to the limelight or to the need for top-notch security. As the second wife of Qatar's former emir and the mother of the current emir, she's a key figure in Qatar's royal family, which automatically places her in a highly protected category. Her influence stretches far beyond the borders of Qatar. Given her roles in global education and social reform, Sheikha Moza has played a significant part in shaping Qatar's educational landscape, establishing institutions like the Qatar Foundation and Education City. These accomplishments have garnered international attention and, unsurprisingly, a hefty security detail. As for her security protocol, it's understandably kept under wraps, but it's safe to assume she's got a team of highly trained professionals at her side 24/7. In a region where politics can be as volatile as the desert weather, having a robust security detail is essential. So why does Sheikha Moza need such intense protection? Because when you're a driving force behind national and international initiatives, ensuring your safety is necessary. After all, making the world a better place is hard work, and staying safe while doing it is even harder. Moving from the royal family to a more controversial figure, Bashar al-Assad's security is a fortress and lands him on the list of one of the most heavily guarded Arabs in the world. Bashar al-Assad. His regime, embroiled in a brutal civil war for over a decade, has made countless enemies both at home and abroad. The Syrian leader's involvement in severe human rights violations and alleged chemical attacks has turned him into a prime target for numerous factions looking to take him down. Recently, Assad made headlines with a significant shake-up in Syria's security apparatus, including a major change in leadership. Kiefer Melem replaced Major General Ali Mamlouk, who was known for his tight-lipped approach and was a fixture in Syrian security since the 1980s. This move is part of Assad's broader strategy to distance himself from the legacy of his father, Hafez al-Assad, who was known for his iron-fisted rule and extensive security network. By making these changes, Bashar seems to be trying to redefine his regime and assert his own identity, separate from his father's shadow. This restructuring might also reflect a strategic realignment amid shifting international alliances, especially given the nuanced relationships with Russia and Iran. Some view it as a response to internal and external pressures, while others see it as a regular political maneuver. Regardless, Assad's security is no joke. His protection protocol includes a heavily fortified personal security detail and a network of loyalists ensuring that no unauthorized individuals come too close. If Assad's security reflects his high-stakes role in Syria, General Khalifa Haftar's protection shows the heavy-duty security needed for a top military leader in Libya. Both are heavily guarded, but for very different reasons tied to their roles in a volatile world. General Khalifa Haftar. This Libyan commander's life is surrounded by layers of security, a necessity in the chaotic world of Libyan politics. Haftar's security is vital due to his contentious role in Libya's ongoing civil conflict. As the leader of the self-proclaimed Libyan National Army, he's faced fierce opposition from various rival factions. His controversial alliances, including those with Russia and the UAE, and his use of paramilitary forces like Wagner Group and pro-Damascus Syrian fighters have made him a prime target for assassination attempts and kidnappings. To protect himself, Haftar employs a strong security protocol. This includes armored vehicles, heavily armed personal guards, and fortified bases, all designed to withstand potential attacks from both political enemies and rival militias. His recent meetings with Russian officials, including a strategic visit to Moscow, highlight how seriously he takes his security. In fact, the latest defense agreements under discussion, involving air defense systems and naval bases, could further bolster his already extensive security measures. While Haftar's security reflects the unpredictable world of military politics, the next royal on our list, Princess Haya bint Hussein, lands here largely due to her high-profile ex. Princess Haya bint Hussein. She is living proof that sometimes high-profile royalty needs more than just a crown to stay safe. Following her high-stakes divorce from Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, she requires top-tier protection due to threats from her former husband himself. In a landmark decision by the High Court in London, Princess Haya was granted a jaw-dropping £11 million annually for security. This hefty budget covers a fleet of armoured cars, private jets, helicopters, and a battalion of bodyguards. Why all this fuss? The Sheikh's past behaviour, including orchestrating the abduction of his own daughters and hacking into Princess Haya's communications, underscores the gravity of the threats against her. Her security protocol is nothing short of a blockbuster movie script. The princess and her children have a small army of protection, with armored vehicles shipped to their holiday destinations and cyber security experts on constant alert. Her mansion near Kensington Palace is fortified with advanced security features, including ballistics blankets and cameras. Princess Haya's security is so tight, it makes Fort Knox look like a lemonade stand. And we all know why. Nothing says Protective X like a £11 million annual budget. Last but not least, we have King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, the monarch of Saudi Arabia, one of the wealthiest leaders with an estimated personal fortune of $18 billion. King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. As the King of Saudi Arabia and a figure with a staggering personal wealth of $18 billion, his security is practically a fortress. His royal protection isn't just to show King Salman's role in significant geopolitical events, like leading the Saudi intervention in Yemen and overseeing the ambitious Saudi Vision 2030, which puts him in the spotlight and is not always the friendly kind. Combine that with a history of threats and high-profile incidents, including the assassination of his top bodyguard, Major General Abdul Aziz Al Faghem, and it's clear why his security measures are top-notch. Major General Faghem was known as the king's most trusted bodyguard and had also served the late King Abdullah. His death has not only shocked the nation but also spurred speculation about potential royal intrigue. Some reports suggest Faghem might have been dismissed recently due to his knowledge of sensitive information, including potential links to the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. There are also unconfirmed claims that Faghem's killer was connected to influential members of the Saudi royal family. Given the high-profile nature of his role and recent recent events, it's no surprise that his protection is now more fortified than ever. After all, he is literally the most valuable figure in the kingdom. From presidents like Benjamin Netanyahu, shielded by the watchful eyes of the Shin Bet, to leaders like Brunei's Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah, who relies on the legendary Gurkha Reserve Unit for his safety, the world's most influential figures are always in danger. Ever wondered what it takes to protect the most powerful people on the planet? Well, wonder no more. Keep watching as we unveil the list of the world's most safeguarded presidents and peel back the layers of security surrounding them. And what better way to kick things off than with our friend in South Korea, President Yoon Suk Yeol. When it comes to powerful leaders on the global stage, South Korea's President Yoon Suk Yeol is certainly a name to reckon with. Taking office in May 2022 after a razor-thin election victory, Yoon brought with him a reputation for being a tough, no-nonsense prosecutor who cracked down on corruption with the zeal of a superhero taking on citywide crime. But no great leader stands alone, especially when they have a target on their back as big as the one on Yoon Suk Yeol. That's where the Presidential Security Service, PSS, steps in. While the United States Secret Service often steals the spotlight when it comes to international security, if you take a quick swim across the Sea of Japan, okay, maybe not that quick, you'll find South Korea flexing its own security muscles with the Presidential Security Service, or PSS. Modeled after the American Secret Service, the PSS operates with a level of quiet efficiency and dedication that deserves a closer look. PSS agents are elite, hand-picked from the nation's top law enforcement and military ranks. With rigorous training and high-tech equipment, they're ready to handle everything from international threats to domestic disturbances. In addition to this, the president's motorcade is a formidable sight, comprising armored cars and SUVs equipped with state-of-the-art security features. These vehicles are designed to withstand even the most intense attacks, ensuring the president's safety and security on the move. And the Blue House, the presidential residence, is a fortress of its own, with multiple layers of security and regular drills to prepare for any scenario, from terrorist attacks to natural disasters. So while President Yoon focuses on leading South Korea, the PSS ensures he does so safely, blending into the background but always ready to leap into action. Benjamin Netanyahu, Israel. When it comes to Israel's Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, the Shin Bet, Israel's internal security service, takes center stage in ensuring his safety. As the country's top security agency, the Shin Bet is tasked with protecting Prime Minister Netanyahu and his family, along with other high-ranking government officials. To achieve this, the Shin Bet employs a range of measures, including advanced surveillance and intelligence gathering, rigorous security protocols, and highly trained agents skilled in counter-espionage. Their arsenal includes submachine guns, rifles, and precision sniper rifles. Handguns favored by Shin Bet operatives often include renowned models like the Glock 17 or the Sig Sauer P226, chosen for their reliability and accuracy in close-quarter encounters. In addition to this, the Shin Bet agents protecting Netanyahu are highly trained and experienced professionals, skilled in hand-to-hand combat, marksmanship, and tactical operations. These guys are like the Swiss Army knives of security, versatile, efficient, and ready for anything. So if you're thinking about causing trouble, just remember, they've got skills that would make even Batman think twice. But that's not all. The Prime Minister has a high-tech motorcade. This motorcade is a carefully curated ensemble of armored cars and SUVs designed to withstand potential attacks. These vehicles are equipped with state-of-the-art security features, including bulletproof glass, reinforced doors, and advanced communication systems. Hassan al-Bolkiah, Brunei. The Sultan of Brunei swims in cash. With a net worth of over $30 billion, Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah is one of the wealthiest people on the planet. Naturally, he needs a security detail that matches his larger-than-life persona. I mean, if I were rolling in that kind of money, I'd want a security team full of superheroes. And that's pretty much what the Sultan of Brunei has. Okay, maybe not real superheroes, but the next best thing, the Gurkha Reserve Unit, or GRU. The GRU is renowned for their discipline, loyalty, and exceptional combat skills. Essentially, they're the ultimate bodyguards you'd want if you were swimming in billions. Dubbed the Praetorian Guard, this band of ex-Gurkhas, led by retired British commanders, isn't just confined to palace duty. They're also Brunei's secret weapon, operating as a covert special forces unit directly under the Sultan's command. The Brunei Gurkha Reserve Unit is equipped with a variety of weapons to ensure the Sultan's security. These include traditional Gurkha weapons such as the kukri, a curved knife known for its effectiveness in close combat. Additionally, they utilize modern firearms such as assault rifles, pistols, and sniper rifles to cover a range of potential threats. Overall, the GRU combines traditional Nepalese martial prowess with modern military technology to form a comprehensive security apparatus for the Sultan of Brunei. Narendra Modi, India. In India, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has the SPG, a team of security experts dedicated to keeping him safe. They're like India's elite bodyguard unit for the Prime Minister. The Special Protection Group, or SPG, is renowned for being the gold standard in security across the country, with their expertise shining brightest in how they handle the Prime Minister's convoy. The Special Protection Group organizes the Prime Minister's movement with a fleet of armored luxury vehicles. We're talking Mercedes Maybachs, armored BMWs and Range Rovers, all decked out with all the modern security equipment necessary to keep PM Modi safe and sound. These cars are basically rolling luxury bunkers. That's what the convoy's cars are like. They offer VR-10 protection, one of the best levels of protection that money can buy. That means they can shrug off anything from small arms fire to a 15 kilograms TNT blast. Olaf Scholz, Germany. Olaf Scholz, the German Chancellor, doesn't walk alone. He's got the formidable Federal Criminal Police Office, also known as Bundeskriminalamt or BKA, watching his back. They are a crack team of law enforcement gurus armed with gadgets and German efficiency, ready to thwart any mischief aimed at their VIP. When on the move, the German Chancellor's motorcade typically consisted of a variety of vehicles designed to ensure security and efficiency. These include high-performance sedans, such as Audi A8, Mercedes-Benz S-Class or BMW 7 Series, which are equipped with advanced security features and communication systems. The BKA also uses a range of weapons and equipment to protect the German Chancellor. BKA agents are equipped with handguns such as Heckler and Koch pistols or Sig Sauer pistols for immediate defensive use if needed. They also carry submachine guns like the Heckler and Koch MP5 or the MP7 for close-quarter protection. There's also the SGF, also known as the Situation Center, which is the brain of the Tactical Operations Center. It is also where every detail of the Chancellor's security is meticulously planned and coordinated. The BKA also does not stand alone in its protective duties. It coordinates closely with other agencies, including the uniformed federal police and state police forces, to create a multi-layered security network. This collaboration extends to international law enforcement agencies such as Europol and Interpol, ensuring that the Chancellor's safety is a global effort. King Mohammed VI, Morocco. Meet Mohammed VI. He is not just a king, he is a business tycoon. Estimates of his wealth range from between $2.1 billion and over $8.2 billion. When you're that rich and that powerful, protection is not an option. And that's why he has the Moroccan Royal Guard, the A-team of bodyguards hand-picked to ensure Mohammed and his royal entourage stay out of harm's way. The origins of this prestigious unit date back to the year 1699, under the reign of the Alawi Sultan Moulay Ismail. Then the Abid al-Bukhari was formed, a military corps composed of black slaves who were organized into permanent infantry and cavalry units. These men were known as the Black Guard, a name that rhymed with the color of their skin. They were recruited from the Haratin, a black people from southern Morocco and from sub-Saharan Africa, as well as from other black inhabitants of the region. The Black Guard eventually became the body from which the modern Moroccan Royal Guard evolved. The King of Morocco's motorcade is equally impressive. From luxurious sedans like the Mercedes-Benz S-Class to the elegant BMW 7 Series, the Royal Guard ensures His Majesty travels in secure style and fortified comfort. But if they need to be on the offensive, their armament consists of a diverse range of weapons, including the SAR-21, M16A2 FNFAL, AK-47 and M4A1. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Nigeria. Nigeria, one of the most important countries in Africa, demands robust security measures for its leadership. And this is why President Bola Ahmed Tinubu entrusts his safety to the State Security Service, SSS, also known as the Department of State Services, or DSS. The security agency is the nation's defensive wall against domestic threats. Formed on June 5, 1986, following the dissolution of the National Security Organization, the DSS was born to fortify Nigeria's intelligence framework. When it comes to their arsenal, the DSS equips its operatives with a variety of firearms to effectively address potential threats to the president. Additionally, the DSS operates under a veil of secrecy, with classified employees and an undisclosed annual budget reporting directly to the president's office. Its headquarters, known informally as the Yellow House, is a fortress within the capital city of Abuja, symbolizing the agency's central role in the nation's security. President Tinubu's motorcade is also a sight to behold, brimming with top-of-the-line vehicles ready to whisk him away in style and safety. Leading the pack are typically heavily armored vehicles, such as the heavily armored Lexus SUV, offering unparalleled protection against any potential threats. This vehicle is equipped with state-of-the-art security features, including bulletproof glass and reinforced body armor, ensuring the president's safety at all times. Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, Egypt. Abd el-Fattah Saeed Hussein Khalil el-Sisi has held the esteemed position of President of Egypt since 2014. The Egyptian Republican Guard, a division-level command within the Egyptian army, is a cornerstone of National Security, tasked with safeguarding the President al-Sisi and key governmental installations. Under President el-Sisi's guidance, the Guard remained steadfast in its commitment to upholding the nation's security imperatives. One key moment where the Egyptian Republican Guard really displayed their prowess was during Egypt's turbulent recent history, when it played a crucial role in the dramatic events surrounding President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi's rise to power. In 2013, the Guard faced its biggest challenge when a military coup propelled el-Sisi into the spotlight. As protests erupted and former President Mohamed Morsi was removed, the Republican Guard was pushed into the midst of the chaos. They became tasked with quelling protests and maintaining order while protecting the president. These events pushed the Guard to their limits, leading to a major overhaul of security protocols. The Guard's response to the protests, particularly the clashes at their headquarters, highlighted their vital role in keeping the president safe amidst the unrest. During the coup and beyond, the Egyptian Republican Guard utilizes a variety of weapons and equipment to protect President el-Sisi and other key government officials. These typically include rifles such as the Heckler & Koch G3, AK-47 variants, and FN F2000 for close quarters defense. Emmanuel Macron, France. President Macron, the captain of French politics, navigates his presidential duties amidst a fortress of security measures. The Security Group for the Presidency of the Republic, or GSPR, serves as the primary security unit responsible for protecting him. Established in 1983, this specialized unit operates under the auspices of both the National Gendarmerie and National Police, embodying a comprehensive approach to presidential security. The GSPR equips its members with a comprehensive arsenal to ensure President Macron's protection. Among the weaponry at their disposal are ASP expandable batons for tap-on-the-shoulder moments when someone gets too close to the president, Glock 17 and Glock 26 pistols for personal defense, because you never know when a game of politics might turn into a gun showdown. For those up-close and personal encounters, they've got Heckler & Koch MP5 and Brugger and Tomit MP9 submachine guns, perfect for when diplomacy takes a detour into close-quarters combat. And when things really heat up, they're not shy about bringing out the big guns, the Heckler & Koch G36 assault rifles, because nothing says stay away from Monsieur Macron quite like a shower of firepower. President Macron's taste in cars stands apart from the flashy fleets of many world leaders. At the forefront of his motorcade is a sleek ink blue DS7 Crossback, a striking and sophisticated choice. Macron's affinity for SUVs is clear, with the Peugeot 5008 also making the cut, but he doesn't stop there. Macron's versatile lineup includes the Renault Espace, showcasing his ability to switch from rugged SUVs to stylish MPVs, all while maintaining top-notch security. Paul Biya, Cameroon. Paul Biya has been the long-standing president of Cameroon since 1982, making him one of Africa's most enduring leaders. While his tenure has been marked by controversy, his influence remains formidable. He is safeguarded by a dedicated team of highly trained and experienced bodyguards known as the Cameroon Presidential Guard, or Garde Présidentielle du Cameroun. When it comes to getting around, Paul Biya doesn't settle for your average ride. No, he cruises in style with an armored Range Rover Sentinel and occasionally rolls out in armored limousines. With the Range Rover Sentinel priced at approximately $500,000, it's clear that the president of Cameroon doesn't mess around when it comes to his security. You could say he's not. Just driving, he's making a statement. And that statement is, don't even think about messing with me. Accompanying Biya's convoy is an impressive motorcade, a conspicuous indicator of his presence. The motorcade comprises 20 high-speed motorbikes, Land Cruisers and Mercedes-Benz S-Classes, ensuring swift and secure transportation for the president. In addition to the formidable motorcade, Biya is accompanied by over 20 bodyguards during every journey, whether domestic or international. These highly trained security personnel provide round-the-clock protection, underscoring the importance of Biya's safety. With such extensive security measures in place, Biya's presence is unmistakable, ensuring his security while upholding the integrity of Cameroon's leadership. Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, Brazil. The President of Brazil is safeguarded by a highly trained and experienced unit, the Presidential Guard Battalion, or BGP, also known as the Duque de Caxias Battalion. This elite force, comprised of the Brazilian army, ensures the President's safety and the security of the Palácio do Planalto, the presidential workplace. The BGP implements a multi-layered security approach. Officers in formal attire maintain a constant presence, while a dedicated riot police unit stands ready to isolate the palace during demonstrations. This ensures a measured response with non-lethal deterrence. deterrents like pepper spray employed for minor disturbances, escalating to more forceful measures only if absolutely necessary. The BGP utilizes a multi-layered transportation system to ensure efficient and secure travel for President Lula da Silva. An armored 2019 Ford Fusion hybrid built on the Ford CD3 platform provides a reliable and discreet option for daily commutes. For state occasions, a historic 1952 Rolls-Royce Silver Wraith is a majestic symbol of national pride. When taking to the skies, the president has access to a fleet of specially modified aircraft. A VC-1A, a customized Airbus A319, handles medium-range international flights. On the other hand, a KC-30, a militarized Airbus A330-200 for longer distances, ensures safe and efficient travel. Domestic trips utilize two VC-2 Embraer 190 jets, offering comfort and security for shorter journeys. Javier Gerardo Milei, Argentina. In Argentina, where politics can get intense, the safety of President Javier Gerardo Milei is no laughing matter. That's why they've entrusted his security to the Directorate General for Presidential Security and State Protection, a team within the Argentine Federal Police. This elite squad doesn't just guard the president, they're the frontline defenders of state security itself. Because in a country with Argentina's clout in South America and its economic muscle, keeping the president safe isn't just about his personal well-being. It's about maintaining stability at home and projecting strength abroad. After all, in a world where perception matters, you can't afford to have your president looking vulnerable, especially not in front of your neighbors. The Directorate General for Presidential Security and State Protection keeps President Milei safe with a fleet of aerial and ground assets stationed at Isla de Marchi heliport. They've got everything from MBB Bo 105 for light missions to Eurocopter EC 145 for VIP transport. Cessna Citation 1 jets handle long-distance travel, while other aircraft handle medical evacuations, search and rescue, firefighting and tactical operations. The Directorate General's vehicle fleet includes a mix of sedans and SUVs like the Ford Focus and Ranger, alongside armored vehicles from BDX and Dongfeng for added protection. Their arsenal spans from Beretta 92 pistols to FN Minimi machine guns, ensuring readiness for any security threat to President Milei. Marcelo Nuno Duarte Rebelo de Sousa, Portugal. In Portugal, ensuring President Marcelo's safety is a collaborative effort orchestrated by multiple specialized units. The security service of the presidency acts as the president's inner circle of protectors, akin to a highly trained personal security detail. They are constantly vigilant, safeguarding the president within official residences and during private engagements. Complementing this close-knit team is the Presidential Squad of the National Republican Guard, or GNR. These elite GNR officers form a visible protective presence around the president during public appearances. Imagine them as a ring of unwavering guardians, ensuring the president's safety amidst crowds and official events. The security forces around President Marcelo prioritize equipping their personnel with a diverse arsenal to effectively safeguard him. After utilizing various handguns, they standardized the Glock 19 pistol for its reliability and ergonomics. This shift replaced older models like the Walther PP and ensured a consistent platform for officers. Their weapons also extend beyond handguns. Their arsenal encompasses various shotguns, submachine guns, and machine guns from reputable manufacturers like Heckler and Koch, FN Herstal and Browning. This diverse selection allows officers to adapt to specific operational needs, ensuring they possess the appropriate firepower for any presidential security scenario. Volodymyr Zelensky, Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's role has undergone a significant transformation amidst the ongoing conflict, evolving from a politically inexperienced figure to a symbol reminiscent of Churchillian resilience. Regardless of the outcome of Russia's ongoing invasion, Zelensky, aged 46, is poised to be remembered as a national hero in Ukrainian history. However, the nature of war necessitated heightened security measures for his protection. This need is met by the Presidential Brigade Hetman Bohdan Khmelnytsky, a specialized military unit mandated to safeguard the President of Ukraine in his capacity as the Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. The Presidential Brigade, comprising 5,000 highly skilled personnel, forms an impenetrable shield around President Zelensky, providing round-the-clock protection. In fact, these seasoned veterans have honed their expertise through active participation in the Russo-Ukrainian conflict, most especially during the Battle of Bakhmut, stemming from the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine. Which security setup of these presidents do you think is better? Let us know in the comments section. Also, for more videos with equally captivating content, click on one of the cards showing on your screen now.